Welcome to my channel. Don't forget to subscribe and share your comments about the exciting end of the story. The Starseed Legacy. Let the story begin. The sunrise painted the horizon with hues of orange and gold as the settlers of the Cadera colony began their day. Dust hovered over the bustling dig site where ancient relics lay hidden beneath the sands. Lyra picked her way through the workers, her eyes wide with curiosity. Her heart pounded with anticipation. She adjusted her tattered gloves, her fingers itching to uncover the secrets buried below. "You there, girl! Take these findings to Dr. Severin," a stern voice hollered. Lyra nodded, grabbing the relics. As she approached the main tent, she caught snippets of excited conversations. "These ruins! They might be from the progenitors," one archaeologist exclaimed. Inside the tent, Dr. Severin studied a large, intricately decorated artifact. Lyra handed over the items, her eyes lingering on the curious piece. "What do you think it is, Dr. Severin?" she asked, her voice barely a whisper. "It's a key, Lyra, a key to an ancient prophecy," Dr. Severin replied, absorbed in his work. Suddenly, the artifact resonated with a strange hum. Lyra felt a sudden pull, her vision blurring. The tent faded away, replaced by a vivid scene of stars and unfamiliar worlds. Gasping for breath, Lyra stumbled. "What happened?" she murmured, clutching her head. "Whatever you did, the device responded to you," Dr. Severin said, his eyes filled with wonder. He studied Lyra. "You might be more important than you realize, girl." Lyra's heart raced. She had always felt different, but now everything was changing. The chill of twilight settled over Cadera colony as Lyra sat alone, her mind spinning. The memory of the vision haunted her thoughts. Stars, worlds, ancient voices. What did it all mean? Lost in her musings, she nearly missed the figure approaching her. "Lyra!" a familiar voice called. She looked up to see Ethan, a young engineer with kind eyes and a reassuring smile. "You look troubled." "I saw something, Ethan. Something incredible," she whispered, struggling to find words. Ethan sat beside her, his hand resting gently on her shoulder. "What did you see?" "Stars, worlds, and a voice. It felt like a message meant for me." She shivered, the weight of it overwhelming. Ethan's brow furrowed. "I've heard rumors about the progenitors and their prophecies. Maybe you're connected to them." Before Lyra could respond, an alert sounded. "Warning, unauthorized entry in Sector 7. Both jumped to their feet, exchanging worried glances. "We need to check it out," Ethan said, gripping a wrench protectively. They hurried to Sector 7, where shadows moved between the structures. A tall, cloaked figure stood, its presence radiating malice. "Who are you?" Lyra demanded. The figure turned, revealing a pair of cold, glowing eyes. "Your time ends, human," it hissed, drawing a sleek alien weapon. Ethan stepped protectively in front of Lyra. "Run!" he shouted, engaging the intruder. Lyra hesitated, then fled, adrenaline surging. As she reached for her communicator, she heard the sounds of struggle behind her. Ethan's courage gave her a moment to call for help. "Ethan, stay safe," she whispered, determination hardening in her eyes. She would find answers, no matter the cost. Morning came with the unmistakable scent of smoke and the distant wailing of alarms. Lyra awoke to a colony on high alert. She pushed through the crowds, her heart pounding. Where was Ethan? She scanned the chaotic scene, looking for any sign of him. "Lyra!" a voice called. She turned to see Dr. Severin rushing toward her. "What happened last night?" "The colony was attacked. Ethan, he tried to stop them," Lyra said, her voice cracking. Dr. Severin's face hardened. "We need to find him, and we must understand more about that vision you had." They moved to the command center, where screens flickered with images of damage. There, Lyra pointed, spotting Ethan's familiar figure on one of the feeds. He was restrained, being dragged to an alien craft. "They're taking him!" she gasped. Dr. Severin's expression turned grim. "We can't lose him, and we can't let those artifacts fall into the wrong hands." They gathered a small group, Mai, the sharp-eyed scout, and Rex, the heavy-set mechanic. Each brought their expertise and resolve. As the team prepared to pursue the invaders, Lyra felt a stirring within her. She was more than an orphan now. She was part of something greater. "We stick together," Rex said, securing his tools, "and we get Ethan back." They moved cautiously through the colony's outskirts, guided by Mai's keen instincts. The trail led them to a clearing where the alien craft loomed ominously. Ready? Dr. Severin whispered. Lyra nodded, her grip tightening on the small blade she carried. She exchanged a determined look with Mai and Rex. We fight until the end. As they approached, the cloaked figure from the night before emerged, flanked by others of its kind. Intruders, it sneered, raising its weapon. Dr. Severin stepped forward. We are humanity's defenders. Release our friend. Lyra felt the vision's weight again, the stars and worlds calling to her. She had a part to play in this conflict, one that could change everything. The clearing buzzed with tension. The cloaked figure, Varric, leveled his weapon at Dr. Severin. Leave now, or face extinction, he snarled. Lyra's resolve hardened. Ethan's life was in their hands. Ethan wouldn't leave us. We won't leave him, Lyra declared, stepping forward, her voice steady despite the fear gnawing at her. Varric's eyes narrowed. Foolish human. He raised his arm to signal his comrades. A burst of energy crackled toward them. Lyra darted aside, adrenaline fueling her movements. Mai returned fire, her shots precise and calculated. Rex, with a roar, charged into melee, his wrench colliding with an alien skull. Chaos erupted. Dr. Severin remained by Lyra's side, keeping her steady. Remember what we discovered. Your connection to the artifact, he reminded her, voice urgent. Lyra's mind raced. The vision, the energy, it was all tied to the device. She glanced at the artifact in her pack and felt its pull, stronger than ever. Closing her eyes, she reached into herself, seeking the connection. It was there, a warmth, a light. She focused, feeling the energy course through her veins. When she opened her eyes, they glowed with an otherworldly hue. Mai's eyes widened. Lyra, what? No time, Lyra said, extending her hands. Energy erupted from her fingertips, arcing towards Varric. The alien stumbled back, his weapon dropping. Confusion and anger twisted his features. This isn't possible, Varric hissed. Lyra advanced, each step more assured. The power was hers, a gift from the ancient prophecy. Leave now and take your soldiers. Never return, she commanded, her voice echoing with newfound strength. Varric hesitated, then nodded stiffly. We will meet again, he vowed, retreating to his ship. With the aliens gone, the clearing fell silent. Ethan, bound but unharmed, looked up at Lyra with awe. You saved us. Lyra smiled, the glow fading from her eyes. We saved each other. Dr. Severin placed a hand on her shoulder. You've taken the first step, Lyra. There's much to learn, but you've shown incredible promise. Lyra nodded, determination etched into her features. The prophecy's full potential was within her grasp. Together they would unlock it and protect humanity's future. The sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow over Kadera Colony. Lyra, Ethan, Dr. Severin, Mai, and Rex gathered in the dimly lit conference room, their faces reflecting both relief and determination. They had won a crucial battle, but the war was far from over. Ethan, still bruised from his ordeal, leaned forward. Lyra, what you did back there, it was incredible. But how did you know? Lyra rubbed her temples, the memory of the energy coursing through her still vivid. I didn't know. I just felt it. The vision, the artifact, they're all connected. I'm starting to understand my role in this prophecy. Dr. Severin nodded. The progenitor's prophecy speaks of a human who will rise to harness their lost power. It's clear now. You are that person, Lyra. Mai glanced at the holographic map projected on the table. If the Obsidian Order knows about Lyra, they won't stop. We must find a way to protect the colony and prepare for a larger conflict. Rex's eyes burned with resolve. We need allies, other colonies, even other species who oppose the Obsidian Order. We can't face them alone. Lyra felt the weight of their words. We'll need everyone's help. The vision showed me not just war, but unity. Our strength lies in working together. Dr. Severin tapped a few commands into his datapad. I've sent messages to the Council and other colonies. We'll call a summit. If we unite, we stand a chance. Ethan smiled, albeit cautiously. And you, Lyra, what's your next step? Lyra looked around the room at the friends who stood by her. I need to learn more about the artifact and the prophecy, but I also need to train, control this power. I can't do it alone. Mai placed a reassuring hand on Lyra's shoulder. You're not alone. We've got your back. As the room filled with murmurs of agreement, Lyra felt a flicker of hope. They had much to overcome, but for the first time she truly believed in their shared destiny. Together they would rise against the darkness, unlocking the secrets of the Starseed legacy to secure a future for all.